Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
For the Zoom audience?
Yes. So, dear devotees, today we are starting a new initiative. The youth, our children, they will make presentations on different topics from Srimad Bhagavatam for around 10 minutes. And today is the first session, and our dear Narayan is going to inaugurate this yajna of Seva to Srimad Bhagavatam. Very good.
Hare Krishna devotees, just to set the scene, in Canto 11, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chapter 7, Uddhava and Krishna are talking, and Krishna is getting ready to wrap up his pastimes. He's getting ready to go back to his personal abode. And then Uddhava asks a question. He asks, how should a person tolerate insult to himself? And Krishna then describes that he should be tolerant. And then Krishna further describes that he described the Avaduta's account about the 24 gurus. So the Avadut account starts with Maharaj Yayati's son, King Yadu, who founded the Yadu dynasty. He encountered the Avaduta, and when he saw the Avaduta, he was in awe because Avaduta was in ecstasy. So he asked the Avaduta, why are you in ecstasy? And Avaduta told him the various instructions he received from the 24 gurus. The first prominent guru he made was Earth. So we'll be talking about Earth today. Verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhuterakramayomiti Dhirudaivasanugai Tad vidvan chalin margad Anvai shiksham shitervratam. A sober person, even when harassed by other living beings, should understand that his aggressors are acting helplessly under the control of God, and thus he should never be distracted from the progress on his own path. This rule I have learned from Earth. Devotees, this is Avaduta talking to King Yadu. So, from this, we know that Earth symbolizes tolerance. Consider ourselves. We're living on this material world. We dig holes on Earth to quench our thirst for water. And then when mosquitoes come bite us for blood, because that's what they need to live, then we shoo them away, we try to kill them. So that's not good. Earth symbolizes tolerance. That's what we're got to know. And Earth is loved by Krishna. We see this through Lord's multiple pastimes and how he takes avatars to kill miscreants. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya chadushtam dharma sansthapanarthaya sambhami rugyuhe. Krishna takes avatars to kill miscreants who harm Mother Earth. We see this through lots of leelas like Varahadev. When he came to save Earth from the ocean, he picked up Earth and killed Hiranyaksh. Then we also see when Krishna eats dirt. He eats dirt to reciprocate with Mother Earth. So Mother Earth does not feel that I'm not doing any devotional service to Lord Krishna. So Earth continues to provide all living necessities for living beings, no matter how much they hurt her. Earth is also one of the seven mothers. Does anyone know the seven mothers? Cow. Yes, cow is one.
Biological mother.
Yes. Guru's mother, king's wife, Brahman's wife. Two more.
Nurse.
Earth
Nurse.
and nurse. Yes.
Dhatu.
Those are the seven mothers.
Haribol.
So Earth also has lots of resources as we see. There's trees, mountains. So in Srimad Bhagavatam, trees and mountains are mentioned, so we'll talk about that. Shashvat Parartha Sarveha Parartha Kanta Sambhava Sadhu Shiksheta Bhuprito Naga Shishya Paratmatam. A saintly person should learn from the mountains to devote all his efforts to the service of others and to make the welfare of others the sole reason of his existence. Similarly, as a disciple of the tree, he should learn to dedicate himself to others. So from mountains, dear devotees, we can learn lots of stuff. See, mountains provide many of life's necessities like water, minerals, shelters like caves for animals and for sadhus, like His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. He went to Himalayas to do meditation over there. And by studying the mountains, we can see that they only provide happiness to all the living beings around them. For example, in Krishna Lila, Govardhan is meant so he can provide shelter to all the Brajvasis during Indra's reign.
Yeah.
From the trees, we can learn that they supply fruits, flowers, cooling shade, medicinal herbs, and even when the trees cut down in different forms, we see it takes different forms to serve devotees, like firewood to make fire and burn stuff. And they also teach us saintly conduct. Saintly conduct will make us tolerant and free from useless sense gratification. For example, in Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu mentions in Shikshashtakam, Trinadapi Sunichena, Tarorapi Sahishuna, Amani Namandena, Kirtinya Sadahari. One who is tolerant and a tree, like a tree can chant with always getting Krishna prema. Save and serve the earth. Save and serve the earth. Because Krishna loves earth, we as a devotee should always love earth.
Haribo.
We should always respect, honor earth as a great devotee of the Lord. Like Parikshit Maharaj, when he saved earth from Kali. When Kali came after Krishna left, he started beating Mother Earth. So Parikshit Maharaj came and saved earth from that. And like how the earth was crying because Krishna left the spiritual world, she couldn't see Krishna anymore, and she couldn't offer service. So it's our duty to take all the resources from Mother Earth and offer it to Krishna. And as their service, she will be pleased, Krishna will be pleased, and everyone will be happy.
Haribo. Haribo. Narayan Prabhu ki. So, dear devotees, this was a beautiful presentation by Narayan on Mother Earth. Does anyone have any questions or reflections?
Really loved how he integrated all the Shastra shlokas and the shlokas from Śrīmad Bhagavatam.
Narayan Prabhu, I really appreciate that you mentioned about our service to Mother Earth and not just about Earth being a Guru. Otherwise, we hear about Guru being present, but we underestimate that it is also our responsibility to serve Mother Earth. Thank you so much for that.
Narayan, can you go back to the first verse? Initially, you started with that. I was trying to fix this. I thought this is inverted. But actually on YouTube it is, Nishikant Prabhu told me it's proper. So I missed this verse. A sober person, even when harassed by other living entities, living beings, should understand that his aggressors are acting helplessly under the control of God, and thus he should never be distracted from progress on his own path. This rule I have learned from the earth. Very nice presentation. There's only one slide I missed, so I wanted to see it again. So what are some things that we as ISKCON of Greater Atlanta do? Because Narayan's last point was that we should preserve Mother Earth, treat Mother Earth with dignity. What are some things that we are doing to be environmental friendly, earth friendly? And what are some things that we need to do to become more Mother Earth friendly? Karthik Prabhu is showing us. Everybody should bring their own water bottles, so save on cups. Yes, Abhinav.
The most environmentally friendly thing we're doing is being vegetarian.
Hare Krishna.
Because
Can you explain how?
Put it on.
When we eat the different trophic levels, so there's plants, then there's the things that will eat the plants, and then there's the animals that will eat those animals. Every time you move up in these levels, you lose 90% of the energy. in whether it be waste or their motion or stuff like that. So when you eat something non-vegetarian, it takes 10 times the amount of space to feed that animal, and then to get the energy from that animal, it takes 10 times as much land as it would take to just eat the plants. So it's much more
Easy-
space efficient, much more
easy on the
environmentally
planet.
friendly. And also the animals, when we mass breed them, they also release their own carbon, and for cows they release methane into the plant.
Yes, thank you. Narayan, any reflections on that? Want to add anything to what Abhinav said about being vegetarian?
Yes, Prabhu, you should be vegetarian. First of all, it's not good to kill other souls. They're also living entities. We should not harm them and eat them.
Yeah, good. Another thing that I feel is we are using compostable paper plates, which is good, but we need to stop using the plastic spoons.
Wooden spoons, yes.
Huh?
Yeah, there's some wooden spoons.
Wooden spoons, yeah, they will be little expensive, but I think it's worth it. After this presentation, Mother Earth is Krishna's energy. So she is a manifestation of Radharani, Srimati Radharani. And Mother Earth in Krishna Lila manifests as Sri Satyabhama Devi. So, very nice, very important presentation. Hari bol. Thank you. Huh? I thought Ambika retired. Because when I said any questions, then I didn't see Ambika's hand. I saw Ambika's mom's hand.
A very healthy thing to do is no smoking.
No
Because
smoking?
smoking can-
Forehead.
Yeah, because if you smoke over the gas, it will go out and then it will pollute.
You pollute, yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody else any reflection?
One thing we can do, looking at other temples around the US, like ISP, is take all the food that maybe the devotees haven't finished and put it in a compost. I think ISP did it, I think in North Carolina's temple also did it, so they stack all their plates together and organize all the food and waste in one place.
So compostable items separate. Yes.
And we should avoid the wastage of food.
Yeah. Avoid wastage of food. Just take how much you can eat. Beautiful. Hare Krishna. Thank you. And thank you for doing the PowerPoint. Because the visual is very helpful. Very good. So who is next? Who is making the presentation on water?
It's Mythili. Yeah.
Very good. You have not even started. You have not even started. Okay. Where's the? Oh, anything you can use. Everything is good. Hare Krishna. Sorry, connected here. So we can display Bhagavad Gītā verse. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So Arav, very nice kirtan, and Narayan, very nice presentation. Please use.
Use one. Yeah.
Everybody can read, na?
Yes.
Okay, so we were at this purport when we last stopped. During Kartik, we were talking about different things. So we're not really going sequentially in Bhagavad Gita. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhani Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhani Yashodanandana Praja Janarandana Yashodanandana Praja Janarandana Yamudmati Ravana Shamani Yamudmati Ravana Shamani Krishna Vallabha Girivardhani Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Rama. Jai Gadādhara Dāsa Ādi Gadādhara Dāsa Śrī Bhagavad Gītā. Śrī Bhagavad Gītā Śrī Bhagavad Gītā Jai Gadādhara Dāsa Śrī Bhagavad Gītā. Hari Jayom Vishnupada Paramhamsa Parivrajakacarya Ashtottar Shata Shri Srimad Srila Abhay Charanaravindra Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. ISKCON BPT Samsthapakacharya Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jayom Vishnupada Paramhamsa Parivrajakacarya Ashtottar Shata Shri Srimad Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट वैराग्य शिरोमणि श्री श्रीमद् गौर किशोर दास बाबा जी महाराज की जय। नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट ओम विष्णुपाद सचिदानंदन श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर महाशय की जय। नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट वैष्णव सार्वभौम श्री श्रीमद् जगन्नाथ दास बाबा जी महाराज की जय। प्रभुत्रय श्री नरोत्तम श्यामानंद श्रीनिवास प्रभुगण की जय। श्री रूप श्री सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ श्री षड गोस्वामी प्रभुगण की जय। नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर महाशय की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिराज गोवर्धन की जय। ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय। नवद्वीप श्री मायापुर धाम की जय। पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। श्री गंगा देवी की जय। श्री यमुना देवी की जय। श्री भक्ति देवी की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण भक्ति प्रदायिनी श्रीमती तुलसी महारानी श्री वृंदा देवी की जय। कलयुग पावन श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन महायज्ञ की जय। हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की जय। निताई गौर प्रेमानंदी हरि। All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Jai Jai Shri Radhe Krishna. Om अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा यदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणारघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं
परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा युगान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवम् श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशधारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो महावदान्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरतिसे नमः हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय 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 वासुदेव परा वेदा वासुदेव परा वेदा वासुदेव परामखा वासुदेव परामखा वासुदेव परा योगा वासुदेव परा योगा वासुदेव पर क्रिया वासुदेव पर क्रिया वासुदेव परम ज्ञानम वासुदेव परम ज्ञानम वासुदेव परम तपः वासुदेव परम तपः वासुदेव परो धर्मो वासुदेव परो धर्मो वासुदेव परागतिः कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय हरये परमात्मने प्रणतक्लेशनाशाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः आराध्यो भगवान् व्रजेशतनया तद्धाम वृन्दावनम् रम्या काचिदुपासना व्रजवधू वर्गेण या कल्पिता श्रीमद्भागवतं प्रमाणममलम् प्रेम पुमर्थो श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभोर्मतमिदम् तत्रादरो न आनन्दलीलामय विग्रहाय हेमाभदिव्यच्छविसुन्दराय तस्मै महाप्रेमरसप्रदाय चैतन्य चन्द्राय नमो नमस्ते चैतन्य चन्द्राय नमो नमस्ते चैतन्यचन्द्राय नमो नमस्ते हरे कृष्णा So dear devotees, we are reading the purport to one of the verses from 6th chapter. I forgot which verse it is. 10th verse. 10th verse purport. Nevertheless, all of these are instructed herewith to be constantly engaged in their particular pursuits so that they may come to the highest perfection sooner or later. The first business of a transcendentalist is to keep the mind always on Krishna. Vasudeva Param Dhyanam. Always we have to meditate on Shri Krishna. One should always think of Shri Krishna and not forget him even for a moment. Smartavya Satatam Vishnu. Vismartavya na Jatuche. We should never forget Krishna, we should always remember Krishna. Concentration of the mind on the Supreme is called Samadhi. What is called Samadhi?
Concentration of the mind on the Supreme.
Not on a flame. On Krishna. Samadhi or trance means to concentrate the mind on Shri Krishna. In order to concentrate the mind, one should always remain in seclusion and avoid disturbance by external objects. How many of us can constantly live in seclusion? Haribol. Any sannyasis here? Any Babajis who have descended from the Himalayan mountains, just came out of your cave after finishing Kartik Purat? We are all householders, job holders, Shudra Karmis, workers, at least myself. We cannot live in seclusion. But Srila Prabhupada is saying we must live in seclusion. What does this mean? Any reflections? Yes, Ananda Swarup Prabhu. By the way, you count as a child, which means you have to be on the rotation.
I was thinking that in the mind we can still be in seclusion.
Yes. I once was listening to a lecture by Radhesham Prabhu, and His Grace Radhesham Prabhu said something very beautiful. I want to request all of you to underline it, highlight it, download it, tattoo it. Ready? His Grace Radhesham Prabhu said, we don't have to isolate ourselves, we simply have to insulate ourselves. Haribol. We don't have to isolate. Kids, when you go to school, there is good association and there is some good association and there is lots of bad association. Lots of peer pressure to have a Snapchat account. Yes.
We should not become too affected by what we hear and what we see. And we should always stay constant.
Yes. Internally, we should stay in touch with Krishna. Externally, there will be a lot of pressure. We should not bother about it. Hare Krishna. We should not get affected by FOMO. Preeti Vilasini Mataji, you will be very amazed to know that there is something called as FOMO. FOMO. Fear of missing out. Oh, all my friends went for a movie. I might miss out. We should not get affected by FOMO. We should insulate ourselves, not isolate ourselves. What is insulation? Kartik Kripa Prabhu will show us his water bottle. Lessons from water bottle today. Second lesson. One lesson he already taught us. This is called, if you put hot water, it stays hot. Even though Vishaka Mataji has made it 70 degrees for all of us to be comfortable. But that water will stay warm. Correct? Is it isolated? No, but it is insulated. It is among us. It's not isolated in some God-forsaken place. It is amongst us. It's right here. It's in 70 degrees, but it is insulated. So when we are in school, when we are in college, we have to insulate ourselves from the contamination. We don't have to isolate. You can have friends, you can talk, interact, collaborate, no problem. Prabhupada did that when he came here. Prabhupada associated with the hippies. But the hippies became Vaishnavas. Haribol.
It's the difference of taking association and giving association.
Haribol. That's the difference between taking association versus giving association. So if they are interested, we can give association. But we should not become like them. We want to become what Śrī Krishna wants us to become. Haribol. So we have to insulate ourselves, not isolate ourselves. That's how we can live in seclusion. Alone in a crowd, Ajay Prabhu. Alone in a crowd. Here also we can be alone in a crowd. We can be sitting here on Friday evening and thinking of something else. He should be very careful to accept favorable and reject unfavorable conditions that affect his realization. Anukulyasya sankalpaha pratikulya vivarjanam. What is anukul, favorable, we accept. What is unfavorable for bhakti, we give it up. That is a sign of sharanagati. And in perfect determination, he should not hanker after unnecessary material things that entangle him by feelings of possessiveness. Can you give an example? Feelings of possessiveness?
My house, my car.
Yes. Janasya mohoyam aham mameti. We get attached to things. And then we cannot part with them because we feel our happiness is dependent on them. Because we have not offered ourselves to Shri Krishna yet. जब हम श्री कृष्ण के हो जाएंगे तो फिर इस भौतिक जगत के वस्तुएं हमें पकड़ कर नहीं रखेंगे क्योंकि हम कृष्णा के हैं. If we belong to Krishna, then we will not be attached to things of this world. The fact that we are attached to something material, that means we have not surrendered ourselves to Shri Krishna yet. Is this clear? So we can assess ourselves by that yardstick. Therefore, in perfect determination, he should not hanker after unnecessary material things and entangle in feelings of possessiveness. One sure shot way to be miserable is to compare ourselves to someone who has more and then undergo FOMO. If someone's annual salary is $100,000 and that person keeps comparing himself or herself to someone whose annual income is $1 million. So we'll always think that I'm short by $900,000. That's the salary of 2 US presidents put together. Deficient by that much. I have only $100,000. $1 million per annum, per year. So we'll always be miserable. Instead, if we look at someone who is making $10,000 a year, there are people, trust me, I sometimes take care of them. Seniors who have run out of their 401k, they cry and tell me, I have lived too long. Social Security is only $700 a month. Hare Krishna. No savings, they are on a fixed income. Subsidized housing, $400. Don't have medicine for Walmart, $4 medicines also. Hare Krishna. So there are people who are living in $10,000 per year. If we look at them, then we feel I am $90,000 surplus. See, I see so many smiles. So we should not just keep comparing ourselves to others. All these perfections and precautions are perfectly executed when one is directly in Krishna consciousness. We should try our best in this world. We should honestly study, honestly work, follow our heart, whatever vocation we are interested in, get a career, and work honestly to the best of our ability. And then whether we make $100,000 or $1 million, we should be satisfied with it. Because there is something called as prarabdha. What is prarabdha? Who knows? Kids?
The quota we have set.
For this lifetime. Yes. So we have Purva Sanchit Karma. We have previously accumulated stockpile of karma. And when we appear, when the jiva gets a body, a small portion of that karma is used to create this life. And certain things in this life are predetermined based on previous karma. For example, the color of our skin, our height, the family that we take birth in, when we die, whether we get married or not, what age we will get cancer or heart attack. Many of these things are predetermined. This is called prarabdha. But while prarabdha is unfolding, we have a whole life of free will, where we can make right choices or we can make wrong choices. And we are adding to that stockpile of karma. So everything is not predetermined. Birth, death, family of birth, height, all those major diseases, major milestones in life are predetermined. But what we do while enduring previous karma in this life is our free will. So majority is free will. Majority is free will. And Krishna consciousness means to use our free will properly. Because direct Krishna consciousness means self-abnegation, wherein there is very little chance for material possessiveness. Yes, it is a fact that when we make advancement in Krishna consciousness, we lose taste for material things. Srila Rupa Goswami characterizes Krishna consciousness in this way. These two shlokas are from Śrī Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu. It's a very beautiful scripture and they are very important. Please repeat. Srila Rupa Goswami has written, Anasaktasya Vishaya Yatarham Upayunjataha Nirbandha Krishna Sambandhe Yuktam Vairagyam Uchchate. Very, very important shlok. Please try to understand. Anasaktasya Vishayan. What is the meaning of Vishaya? Objects of sense gratification. Vishaya. Different things that we enjoy in this world. That is called Vishaya. Objects of sense gratification. Anasaktasya means not attached. Asakta means attached. Anasaktasya means not attached. We should not be attached to objects of sense gratification. And it is our nature to be attached. If there is paneer biryani and there is karele ki sabji, Hari bol, which one will get finished? Anybody's guess. It is our tendency to be attached to sense gratification. However, we should see every day of life as a training to control that mentality, to limit that mentality. Okay, I want to eat nice food, but at least I will eat Krishna Prasad. If there is offered paneer biryani and there is unoffered paneer biryani, I will eat offered paneer, which is Prasad, Naivedya. Anasaktasya Vishaya, not being attached to objects of sense gratification, but Yatharham Upayunjata, but still enjoying appropriate sense gratification. It is not that Kartik Kripa Prabhu is singing nice kirtan. Don't hear, it's too good. Don't hear. Sense gratification. Sense gratification. It's Indriya Tripti. Don't hear. Prabhu, I'll go out. I'll come. When they go out, when the kirtan is over. No. Yatarham Upayunjata. What is appropriate, you enjoy. It is Krishna Pradatta. It is given by Shri Krishna. Very nice class. Don't get up and leave. It's too good. It's too much sense gratification. No. I will hear only boring classes. Not like that. Keval Ananda Kanda. Krishna consciousness is supposed to be a very blissful process. What does Lord Krishna say in Śrī Bhagavad Gītā? Susukham kartum avyayam. It is a very happy process. So yatharham upayam, we enjoy appropriately. What is sanctioned, we enjoy that. Now some of you got to sit there on the wall. So we should be satisfied. Priya Gopi Mataji, be satisfied. Prarabdha. Anasaktas Vishaya. I am not attached to the wall. Nirbandha Krishna Sambandhe Yuktam Vairagyam Uchchate. What is the meaning of Vairagya, dear devotees? Detachment. Vairagya means renunciation, not to be attached. Renunciation, Tyag, Vairagya. Actually, there is a difference between Tyag and Vairagya. Sanatana Prabhu will tell us. Prabhu!
Sorry, seriously.
Amrit. Apurva Amrita Dhara Vahe Tara Mukha. Please. Tyag and Vairagya. Whatever is in your heart.
Tyag, I think, when you still have attachment, but still you are leaving it.
Four regulative principles. Vishumanjak. I can't do it.
And Vairagya means then you don't even see these things as a.
Haribol.
Yeah.
Yes. You want to say?
Same thing.
Same thing. Tyag and Vairagya. There are two words in Sanskrit. Tyag and Vairagya. Tyag means you look at something as enjoyable. This Baskin and Robbins ice cream is amazing, but it is not offered, so I will not eat. What to do? On my sadhana chart, I have to write one column is, have you eaten only prasad today? ऐसा ना होता है ना? Have you eaten only prasad today? So then वो सब गड़बड़ हो जाएगा. So I cannot eat. That is called त्याग. But vairagya means if it is not Krishna prasad, it is not edible. If somebody gives me money, people give money to restaurants and eat. Sins. The Lord Krishna says, when you eat something that is not offered, it is sinful. Yajna shishashana santo muchante sarva kilvishai bhunjate tetva adham papa yah pachanti atma karanat. If you cook for yourself, you don't offer any kitchen Krishna. Then it becomes problematic. You have to change something.
Charge this one.
Hare Krishna. Whereas Shri Krishna says, if the food you eat is Anvika, if it is Yajna Shishta means it is offered in Yajna. When you ring the bell with the left hand, you chant Vedic mantras and you offer it from your heart, it becomes a Yajna. When you offer Naivedya to Bhagwan, to Shri Krishna, then that food becomes prasad. Shri Krishna says, if we eat prasad, Yajna Shishta Ashana means to eat. Yajna Shishta Ashana Santo Muchante Sarva Kilvishay. Saintly people eat prasad and they are released from all sinful reactions. Whereas those who eat for themselves without offering it are eating only sins. Adham Paap, they are simply eating sins. So, Vairagya means those objects, Narayan, which are not within the permitted spectrum of Krishna consciousness, we don't view them as something worth enjoying. We don't view it as something enjoyable. That stage is Vairagya. Right now, which stage we are in? Tyag. This is not good. It's nice, but there's some FOMO, but I will not do it. Because fear of missing here, I'll be kicked out of here. Like that.
So you mentioned fear of missing out. There was Guru Maharaj's lecture where he says, don't have fear of missing out on material things. Have JOMO, joy of missing out.
Jomo.
That's good.
Huh? Good one, right? Jomo.
Maharaj coined it.
Haribol. So now when you go to school, you become preachers of Jomo. Preach Jomo. Haribol. Joy of missing out. Yeah. Once when I have to confess, I cannot lie, but there was a time when I used to eat things that are not to be eaten, which many of you have never tasted in life. But unfortunately, I used to eat those things. Very sinful as I am. And once one devotee who also used to eat those unofferable things, which a devotee will never eat, he gave up after he became a devotee. So I asked him, don't you miss those things? So I can never forget. He told me, yes, I miss. I miss the guilt. I miss the sins. I miss the acidity, the acid reflux. Yes, I do miss. Haribol. I'll never forget that. So we want to raise ourselves, Akshay, to the platform of Vairagya. Where are we now?
Yeah.
At least we should be Tyag, not Bhog. Bhog means we are still indulging in things that we are not supposed to indulge. That is Bhog Vritti, sense gratification. We should be on the level of giving up those things because they are, Prabhupada says, illegal. In one lecture, Prabhupada says, don't do illegal things. Prabhupada, it is illegal to eat onion garlic. Try telling that in the workplace. Illegal. You're eating illegal things. So, Tyag means to give up even though there is taste. And Vairagya means to make such spiritual advancement that we do not view them as objects of sense gratification. And Shukdev Goswami left home. There was a river. He did not view the people as, but when Srila Vyasdev came, they became very conscious. Because,
I'll give example that advanced devotees, they leave the like Vishan as if stool and
stool or vomit. Yes. And those who give up, those who take Vairagya and then again indulge in those things, they are Vatamshi.
Yeah.
They are those who eat their own vomit. Hare Krishna. So we want to develop Vairagya. Vairagya means we don't view those things as enjoyable anymore. Can you pray like that? Vishaya chadiya kabe shuddha bemana Vishaya chadiya kabe shuddha bemana Kabe hum he rabo Shri Vrindavana Kabe hum he rabo Shri Vrindavan. Sri Narottam Thakur is praying that Vishaya Chhadiya Kabe Shuddha Habiman. When my heart will become purified, I will reach the platform of Vairagya. And then I will be able to see Shri Vrindavan Dham as it is. So we want to develop Yuktam Vairagya. So Vairagya means renunciation, dear devotees. Please note down. There are 3 types of renunciations. Renunciation is of 3 types. Please note down. Renunciation is of 3 types. Number 1 is what we want. Appropriate renunciation. That is called Yuktam Vairagyam Uchyate. See that line? Yuktam Vairagyam Uchyate. Yukta Vairagya is the first type. Yukta Vairagya is appropriate renunciation. It is the renunciation that we want. And what is it? It means we are not attached to objects of sense gratification, but still whatever sense gratification is allotted. For example, sleeping might be sense gratification. 6 hours of sleep on a comfortable bed might be sense gratification, but that is allowed by Srila Prabhupada. That is allowed by Shastra. There is Shastra Agya that you take appropriate. Yukta Ahar, Viharascha, Yukta Cheshtasa Karmasu, Yukta Swapna Bodhasya Yoga Bhati Dukkha. So what is sanctioned, what is permitted, we accept that sense gratification appropriately, not too much, not too less. And we see everything as connected to Krishna. This is the key. Nirbandha Krishna Sambandhe. We see everything's relationship to Krishna and we use everything in Krishna's service. If there is a microphone and a speaker system, we use it in Krishna's service, not for what is that? Karaoke party. We don't use like that. We have musical instruments, we use them in Kirtan, not violin for something else, but for Kirtan, flute for Kirtan. So whatever things are given, we use them in Krishna's service. That is called Yukta Vairagya. Very important. Nirbandha Krishna Sambandha. We see the connection with Krishna and use things in Krishna's service. This is called which Vairagya? Yukta Vairagya. Now, the second type of Vairagya, second type of renunciation is Phalgu Vairagya. Phalgu Vairagya. Not Phaltu Vairagya. Phalgu Vairagya. What is Phalgu Vairagya? Here. प्रापंचिकतया बुद्ध्या हरि संबंधी वस्तुनः मुमुक्षुभिः परित्यागो वैराग्यं फल्गु कथ्यते उच्यते and कथ्यते is synonymous, means it is called. Prapanchikataya buddhya means to see something as prapanchik. Pancha means the Pancha Mahabhut, the Pancha Mahadhatu, earth, water, fire, air, ether, means material elements. So to see something, hey, this harmonium, prapanch ki vastu hai. It's a material thing. It is made up of elements of earth. Narayan. It's made up of earth. It's material thing. It's useless. I reject it. That is called Phalgu Vairagya. where you see things as just prapanchik. Prapanchik, it's material. It's money, material. Throw it away. Throw away material, money, house. We don't want car. We don't want. It's all material. You throw it away. Even clothes, material. Digambar. So to call everything as prapanchikitaya buddhya, considering everything to be material, even though those things have Hari Sambandhi Vastuna, even though those things have connection with Krishna, we cannot see that connection with Krishna. We don't see that connection with Krishna. And such people who are aspiring for liberation, mumukshibhi, parityago, they give up these things. They want liberation. I want liberation. If I use things of this material world, I will not get liberation. So I will give up these things. They think like that. This is prapanch, this is prapanch, this, and I am mumukshu. I want mukti. I want mukti. So I will give up things of this world. But they are not understanding that Hari Sambandhi Vastu. All these things have a connection with Krishna. Why are you having this separatist mentality? Why are you having this separatist mentality? You are seeing things disconnected from Krishna. Everything can be used in Krishna's service. A website can be used in Krishna's service.
Yeah.
A printing press can be used in Krishna's service. A Honda CRV can be used in Krishna's service. Isn't it? To go to the temple, to go for satsang. Everything can be used in Krishna's service. But a Phalgu Vairagi will not see the connection with Krishna and will reject those things. That's called Phalgu Vairagya. Okay? So this is called wrong renunciation. What is it called? Wrong renunciation. Yukta Vairagya is appropriate renunciation. Phalgu Vairagya is wrong renunciation. You are mistaking everything as material, not seeing Hari Sambandh Vastuna. You are not seeing connection with Shri Hari. And then there is a third type of renunciation. And that is called as, Anvika, Markat Vairagya. Markat Vairagya means monkey. Monkey renunciation. Are monkeys renounced? Yes, they live in the forest. Come on, Abhinav. Let's get your boxing gloves. Let's fight. Monkeys live in forest. Where are you living? Alpharetta. Beta, Alpharetta. Monkey is more renounced than you. Lives in forest. Okay. Monkey eats only fruits. Uncooked raw fruits. What did you eat for lunch? Answer my question. What did you eat for lunch? Roti sabji? Chapati? See? My monkey did not eat chapati. Nobody made chapati for my monkey. My monkey eats raw fruits from trees. Kacha. Very, very renounced. Kurta. Fancy buttons. Ripped denim. Come here. My monkeys don't wear clothes. They don't get any clothes to wear. Monkeys are more renounced. Now defeat me. I gave a lot of jabs, now give a knockout punch to me.
Monkey steals its food.
Oh, yes. Some of us have hard realization of that. Good point. Okay.
A monkey is defined by animalistic tendencies.
Yes. I will not elaborate. But monkeys, they are very attached. They enjoy too much. So, one who shows I am very renounced. Monkey Baba. But monkey karte. Monkey. They are called monkey vairagis. They are called markat vairagi. They show that we are very renounced. But behind closed doors, they do what they want. Sense gratification. So that is called markat vairagya. It is called pseudo renunciation. क्या है तीन types? Professor. Sadhu professor.
Yukta Vairagya, Phalgu Vairagya, Markat Vairagya.
Okay, now define, otherwise the water will go on your head. You will become Trilochan. Define.
Yukta Vairagya is appropriate renunciation and taking the things that are necessary and in connection with Krishna. Phalgu Vairagya is just giving up everything without seeing its relation to Krishna, and Markat.
That is not false renunciation.
And
Markat Vairagya is that you will never forget.
Markat Vairagya is when you show that you're very renounced, but you're not.
Okay. But if you're really renounced, then you should not care about this. Okay, so there are 3 types of renunciation. Okay, now other kids, rapid round. Quickly tell me in one sentence. I will randomly ask, okay? Vamshi. Name one Vairagya and define it quickly. Valgu. Phalgu Vairagya. Yeah, can I tell a story about this? Not story, small anecdote. There was one yogi during Prabhupada's time, Nishikant Prabhu, and he was distributing, his disciples were distributing flyers of his photo that he is giving satsang, and in front of him was a pile of dollars, and he's sitting without clothes, and he's doing and click photo like that. So there is a pile of photo, a pile of money covering what needs to be covered, and he's sitting without clothes behind the pile, and his face is like this, his hands are no, no, no. And they took a photo and they were distributing. Meet this yogi, he is not attached to money. And that poster, that flyer was shown to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada says, keep a pile of dollars in front of me. I will go like this, take my photo and distribute it. And just write, he is using the dollars in Krishna's service. So money is not bad. It is what we do with money that determines whether it is good or bad. Hare Krishna.
Any question?
Anvika, second type of renunciation. I knew you would choose. I knew it. I knew it.
On open doors, they act very
Like me, white clothes. Yeah. And behind closed doors, खूप white बघतात. And then when nobody's watching,
they're like,
yes, they run amok like the monkeys. Shreya. Yes, majority wins. This is democracy. Third type of vairagya. Divya Mata is getting palpitations. You can phone a friend. Third type of renunciation. Malaria?
Vairagya.
Vairagya.
Yukta Vairagya.
Yukta Vairagya. Okay, Yukta Vairagya. And what is it?
appropriately being now.
Yes, appropriate renunciation. Very good, like Srila Prabhupada.
But is there any benefit to having the improper renunciation with in service if someone is improperly renounced? Would it not or market vairagya? Would it not lead to them getting yukta vairagya at some point due to the mercy of performing service?
Market vairagya is little dangerous because there you are being duplicious. You are being considered as a vairagi. You are being considered as a vegetarian monkey, renounced monkey, sannyasi monkey. So that is more dangerous because you are pretending you are being duplicious. You are cheating people. Whereas Phalgu vairagya is ignorance. Phalgu vairagya is ignorance and Markat vairagya is duplicious behavior. So Markat vairagya is worse. Phalgu vairagya by the association of devotees may be quickly transformed from Phalgu vairagya to Yukta vairagya. Markat vairagya will need more mercy.
Because but that it can happen in ways.
Absolutely. Yeah. There is hope for everyone. There is hope for everyone. All he has to do is offer those fruits.
Is it better to have wrong
and get married?
Is it better to have improper renunciation rather than no renunciation?
Improper renunciation doesn't help us on the path of Krishna consciousness.
Same as not being renounced.
Yeah. So it doesn't really help. But yeah, at least there is renunciation, like you said. At least they are resisting instead of succumbing to temptations. They're at least trying to resist. So that's a good quality.
Isn't there a risk of aparad in
There is a risk of aparad, especially if you encounter devotees. And yeah, there is a risk.
So, Prabhuji, would you call bhogis not tyagi and those who don't have the vairagya, they don't possess that quality? Would bhogis be markat monkey renunciation people or not?
Who?
Bhogis.
Bhogis are nothing. They are not in the three categories.
They don't eat.
They are sense gratifiers.
Oh.
Now, if a sense gratifier starts pretending that I am a yogi instead of a bhogi, then he will be Markat Vairagi. If a bhogi just stops enjoying everything and doesn't do Krishna bhajan, then he will become a Phalgu Vairagi. And when a bhogi starts offering everything to Krishna in Krishna's service, then he becomes a yogi. Very nice point. Gaur Sundar Charan Prabhu.
Yes, sir.
Hare, you were saying something?
No, Prabhuji had questions, so I was just saying.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I was just asking you about that.
Yeah. So now we'll read this one paragraph and then we'll stop. A Krishna conscious person well knows that everything belongs to Anvika. Everything belongs to Shri Krishna. And thus he is always free from feelings of personal possession, personal possessiveness. Because everything belongs to Krishna. What we discussed, ki Bhagwan ke ho jao, Krishna ke ho jao. As such, he has no hankering for anything on his own personal account. He knows how to accept things in favor of Krishna consciousness and how to reject things unfavorable to Krishna consciousness. He's always aloof from material things because he's always transcendental. And he's always alone, having nothing to do with persons not in Krishna consciousness. He engages, but he is insulated. Therefore, a person in Krishna consciousness is the perfect yogi. Therefore, my dear friends, Krishna consciousness means we can keep our jobs, we can keep our house, we can be with our family, we can do everything. But we have to see everything's connection with Krishna. We have to keep Krishna in the center. Shri Krishna is the Kendra Bindu. Krishna is the center. And everything revolves around Shri Krishna. We have a house, we have Gaurnita in the house. We have Lala Lali in the house. Krishna and Radharani. Father, did you see? Their Laddu Gopal has Lali. If we have a car, we use it to go for satsangs to the temple, Saturday Marjanam Seva, and we hear satsang in the car. Then we don't mind 1 hour ride also because we are hearing satsang in the car like that. So whatever we have, we use it in Krishna's service. That is Yukta Vairagya, and that is the message. Now we all have to analyze ourselves where I am being a bhogi, where I am being a Phalgu Vairagi, Markat Vairagi, or a Yukta Vairagi. And the aim is to go towards appropriate renunciation, Yukta Vairagya. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
We'll stop here. Hare Krishna. So 8:50, okay, so not so bad. 20 minutes of time. Any questions or yes, Arav?
What does Nirbandha Krishna Sambandhe mean? Just
to understand everything's connection with Krishna. Nirbandha Krishna Sambandhe. To understand that everything is connected. This microphone is connected to Krishna. Mridanga is connected to the clay. Drum is connected to Krishna. To see that stand can be used as a book stand. Everything can be used in Krishna's. A house can be used in Krishna's. A car can be used in Krishna's service. Everything is connected to Krishna. A fruit, a flower can be used in Krishna's service. Like that. Okay? To see Krishna's connection with Krishna.
I was reading in the Bhagavatam, Prabhupada quotes this so many times.
Yeah. To see connection with Krishna. Yes, Mother.
So they talked about the attachment and detachment, not to get attached to the material things and all. But like we know about, we don't have to be attached to the material things and for sense gratification. But what about the people who we are connected with? If we have the attachment to them, our family, or what do you do with that? And how do you differentiate between the material versus the people around that we love or family, or if we have attachment?
It is a question of spiritual maturity. As we get more and more attached to Shri Krishna, then whatever attachments we have in the material world which are not auspicious, those attachments will slowly, naturally get slackened. So we should not focus excessively on developing detachment. We should focus more on attachment to Krishna. The key to detachment is attachment. because we can never be inert. Jiva by nature is active, kriyavan. So because we are active, we have to find positive engagements. For example, you cannot tell a child, don't eat that, don't eat this, don't. Instead, give something positive. Here is homemade halwa. Take it. It is better than M&Ms, which have artificial chemicals, colors, carcinogens. Oh my God. Mother is sorry. Very much.
It's the other company.
Oh, other company? Oh, good. Mas, okay, I didn't. I thought everything is. But now that you are Harshit, that means it's not Hershey. Yes, Anvika. What? She first raises her hand and then she starts thinking. Yes. And Akshay is like this. मेरे को पूछ मैं तो एक दूंगा. Ask. Yes.
Material association in vicious connection.
Can we see material?
Association, vicious connection. Like,
Yes, we can. We can. For example, any material relationship we have or material association we have actually can very intimately remind us of Krishna. Sometimes being in material association can be very good because in that association we realize, oh my God, what is this? And our longing for the Friday evening intensifies. So sometimes some poison is required in life to increase our attachment to the nectar.
What about attachment within spiritual life? Attachment to, let's say, a certain form of the Lord, attachment to a specific service, or to being in the association of only certain devotees.
Attachment to certain deity, that is the perfection of life. To have Ishtadev, to have attachment to specific.
Can I correct? Rather more form of the Lord, like Srimati Radharani or Lord Chaitanya, but not Radha and Krishna. You know, in that way. That's what I mean.
Yeah, that's all Ishtadev. So that's okay. That's okay. And that's actually good to have a special attraction for one particular personality, one particular. That is good. As far as attachment to certain devotees and gravitating towards the association of certain devotees only, that is also natural. If you see our acharyas, they also had certain close friends. Srila Prabhupada was very friendly with Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj, and Sri Akinchan Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj. Mainly these three. He was very close to them, three godbrothers. But Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada had hundreds of sannyasi disciples. So why Srila Prabhupada was only close to Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj, Srila Krishnadas, Srila Akinchan Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj? Because it is natural. Even in Golok Vrindavan, there are youth. Not youth. Youth. Y-U-T-H. Not Y-O-U-T-H. Youth means group. And there is Yutheshwari. One gopi. So Shri Lalita Sakhi is a Yutheshwari. Shri Vishakha Sakhi is a Yutheshwari. Shri Sanatan Goswami is in Shri Vishakha Sakhi's youth. And Shri Rup Goswami is in Shri Lalita Sakhi's youth. Youth means their group. So there is Yutheshwari. So why groupism? No, it's natural. Because different jivas will have different swabhav and different swabhav will match with certain people. We cannot be best friends with everyone. It is but natural to gravitate towards some devotees. So that's okay. Important thing is we don't have ill feelings towards other devotees. And we don't have ill feelings towards other deities. We should offer respect to all deities, knowing that my Ishtadev is manifesting in so many different forms. And so if I go to Houston, Radha Neela Madhav, Radha Neela Madhav, they are my Radha Madan Mohan only. And Radha Madan Mohan have appeared here as Radha Neela Madhav. And Houston devotee will come to Atlanta, they will think my Radha Neela Madhav have manifested here as Radha Madan Mohan. So that maturity should be there. So we respect all forms of the Lord, But then we have special attachment. We were singing. Jai Radha Raman Radhe Srila Gopal Bhatte Pranadhana He. Why? Only Radha Raman. Why not Radha Govinda for Radha? Gopal Bhatto? No. Everybody has some special affection for particular form of the Lord, and that affection is invoked by Shri Krishna only. And that is to be celebrated. That is to be celebrated. Only thing is, we should not have ill feelings towards other devotees, other groups. We wish them well, but I associate more with that should be there.
What about services?
Services also, Krishna will give us certain talent and ability, and we will like to do that. Some devotees very much like to do cleaning service, and that is very glorious. Some devotees naturally are attracted to kirtan. So if there is cleaning service in the kitchen and there is kirtan going on, their heart will run towards kirtan. Some devotees will take great pleasure. These are Radha Madan Mohan's vessels. I want to clean them. The more I clean them, more Radha Madan Mohan Prabhupada will be happy. My heart will get. So they will get their pleasure there. Some like to sweep the floor. Some like to speak Harikatha. Some like to hear Harikatha. Some like to sing Kirtan. Some like to do deity worship on the altar. So different devotees have different spiritual inclinations. And those inclinations also should be nurtured and preserved and celebrated. But at the same time, we should be willing to do the needful. If I want to sit in Kirtan, but there is a need in the kitchen, then I should be able to give up this service and take that. So we should be willing to be flexible. That is called Snigdha. Snigdha Shishya. Snigdha Shishya means one who is flexible. One who is flexible. One who is willing to do the needful. Srila Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj was extremely comfortable with the Radha Damodar bus party. But when Srila Prabhupada said, go to China, it was like going in a den of a hyena. There was no devotee. It was a communist country. He had to hide his Kanthimala by opening it or making it one circle, wearing suit tie. He had to grow his hair. Sannyasi. And not one single devotee in the whole of China. But he went. And now there are thousands. It is said that after Bangladesh, China is the country where Krishna consciousness is exploding like anything today. Because in China, there is such communism, there is such anti-theism, but it is the nature of a soul to have faith in God. Jivera Swarubhai Krishna Nitya Das, Mama Amsha Jiva Loka Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. Mana Shashtani Indriyani Prakritisthani Karshati. People are just pushed into the rat race. Materialism, commercialism. And there is no God consciousness. And then some devotees go and they introduce the sweetness of Krishna consciousness. People in China are taking to Krishna consciousness like a hungry person takes to food. But that was pioneered by Srila Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj at the insistence of Srila Prabhupada. When he was extremely comfortable doing the Radha Damodar, they had some 70 to 80 buses, probably school buses, they modified and made them into temples on wheels. They had shower room in the school bus. They had a altar, a mandir. They had book racks and they had devotees. And they brahmacharis. And these brahmacharis would drive from university to university, city to city, and just meet people, preach to them, distribute Prabhupada's books, and get them on the bus as brahmacharis. When Srila Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj would meet Srila Prabhupada, when we meet our Gurudev, we give a rose, one flower, or we give $108 donation. When Srila Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj used to meet Prabhupada every few months, he would give Prabhupada brahmacharis. 50 brahmacharis for you, Prabhupada. Some Ansha has come in Radhesha Prabhu. So he was like that, Tamal Krishna Maharaj. He was doing great with Vishnu Swami. And there was some complaint against Tamal Krishna Maharaj that he is very aggressive in his preaching, and when he comes to our temples, our temple brahmachari just leave us. They get so attracted by this Radha Damodar bus party system. They said, this is too boring to be in this. We are going with Swami Maharaj, Goswami Maharaj. He was called Goswami Maharaj. His Holiness Srila Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. So there was a complaint to Srila Prabhupada. Some temple presidents complained that we don't want him to come to our temple. He just takes our pujaris, our brahmacharis and drives off with them. So Tamal Krishna Maharaj was so disappointed with that complaint that in those days, in the 1970s, it was a way of expression of saying, forget it, I might as well just go to China. Because in those days, China was a remote country. So when in front of Tamal Krishna Maharaj, that complaint came, Maharaj just shrugged his shoulders and said, you know what, I might as well just go to China. And Prabhupada said, yes, Krishna has spoken through your mouth. You must go to China. Pack your bags and go to China. We don't have a single temple in China. You go to China. And there was a pin drop silence in the room. And Tamal Krishna Maharaj silently said a prayer that let this be just a passing remark. Next day morning, Tamal Krishna Maharaj came to Srila Prabhupada to take permission because he had to leave with his Radha Damodar bus party and Prabhupada is putting tilak. So, when are you going to China? He said, Prabhupada, I have got so many services here. I have got 80 buses, Radha Damodar bus party. I will appoint somebody else. But Prabhupada, there are so many brahmacharis I have to train. Somebody else will do that. You go to China. There is no greater service for you than going to China. You go to China tomorrow. He has no choice. Guru Mukha Padma Chitate Korea, he has no choice. He went to China. No plan, no funding, nothing. You're sent to China. You wear civil clothes, start growing your hair, shave off your shikha and wear normal clothes and go to China. And you're not allowed to take any books. He's just a US citizen who went to China. And he was told you start a center there. And he did such amazing underground preaching. I hope nobody's watching. I have no plans of going to China. I might get banned. This is YouTube live. But he did such amazing underground preaching that now there are thousands of devotees in China. In fact, when Srila Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj was going, he left this world. He was on his way to board a flight from Kolkata Dum Dum International Airport to Beijing, China. Hare Krishna. He was a phenomenal personality. He came and he at Cambridge University in UK, he did a PhD in the literary contribution of Srila Prabhupada. He did PhD. So China welcomed him. Oh, he's some interesting PhD from Cambridge University. And on that pretext, he would go there and teach, and only he knew what he was teaching. It was all on Prabhupada's books because he had done PhD in that. So I will teach the curriculum that I know. And on that under that pretext, he was teaching Prabhupada's books in China, and the rest is history. So we have to be flexible with our services also. For example, if let's say I'm a temple president, and then someone says that Prabhu, you have to step down. Somebody else can do the service better. And then if I say, no, but I started this, I want to be. That is material attachment. That is not attachment to service. Because I can still chant my 16 rounds at home. I can still worship my Radha Shyam Sundar at home. I can still read Srila Prabhupada's books at home. If someone wants to hear from me, they will still hear from me. Why am I attached to this position? You see? So when we are told to give up some service and we don't, then we have to analyze ourselves, is this a material attachment or not? So the test is when we are asked to give up the service, we give it up. Tamal Krishna Maharaj resigned from Radha. He created the Radha Damodar Bus Party. And he just gave it up and never took it again. And in his absence, the Radha Damodar Bus Party dwindled and it stopped, fizzled out. Without his, but thousands became devotees in China. Very good. So Prabhupada chose, where do I shoot this arrow? I have only one Tamal Krishna Maharaj. Where do I shoot him? Prabhupada shot at the right place. Very good. So we should be willing. Underline, highlight, download, save it, tattoo it. This I heard from my Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Śrī Radharāna Swami Maharaj. The key to spiritual success is to make all our desires subservient to the desires of the spiritual master. We have to make our desires, we have our plans, but to make our desires subservient to the desires of our spiritual master. That is the key to success. In other words, to do what Shri Guru says. Kashtera putaliyata nachao se mate nachao nachao prabhu nachao se. Hari bol.
Hari bol.
Anvika, this better be a great question. Shoot.
I just like it. Okay. So, how in school are we using it in Krishna's pleasure when we're learning like math problems and
Yeah. By learning all these things, you will be able to get a job in society. By getting a job in society, you will have a stable family life. When you have a stable family life, you will be able to go for satsangs, host satsangs. One day you will be giving classes, Narayan will be giving classes, and I will be sitting and listening to all of you. So you can do that when you have a stable job, you're financially stable, and you are well educated. Now imagine if we were not educated, if we didn't have job, if we were hard pressed for Lakshmi. Do you think we would have been able to do so many things? It would be very difficult. Yeah, so it's important because your education is used in Krishna's service, and the job you get, the role you get to play in society, Radhesham Prabhu went to one of the most premier institutes of India, IIT, and he did BTech and MTech from IIT. And in one lecture, Maharaj said, I told him to do that simply because when people say Radhesham Prabhu, MTech, IIT, Powai, Mumbai, they will listen to him. That I could not get into IIT. This fellow did BTech, MTech from IIT. Let me listen to his message. So it's important to get the best education you can. It's important to get the best job you can and do a best job with your job. Work hard, be sincere, but balance it. Don't work 16 hours. Work 8, maximum 9 hours. Decent hours. And then have time for Krishna consciousness also. Have time to exercise. And then when you have a stable job in society, you will be able to practice Krishna consciousness sustainably and effectively. Two things. Sustainably means all your life you will be able to do it because financially you are secure. It's important. And effectively you will be able to do it also. So it's important to get education. You were not there in Bhakti Shastri, but in Ishopanishad we learned Vidyamscha Avidyamscha. We need both types of knowledge. We need Vidya, which is knowledge of Krishna, and we need Avidya, which is knowledge of this material world also. Maybe I keep saying the same things in different forums. Yes. But you're clear now? So you should study and have a nice career, good education.
How do you avoid the bad association in school? Because like it's impossible. Because you need to turn and talk and you need like
You need to follow in the footsteps of your Agraja, your elder brother. His name is Arav. Right there. You know him? Looks familiar? Ask him how he does it. Yeah. So he should be a role model. Anvika, he should be a role model. Ask him how he does it in school. He does a good job. Okay? Haribol. How he insulates himself, not isolate. Yes, Divya Mataji. And sorry, let's do Abha first because she has been like this for a long time.
Yeah, I really like hearing about some symptom and hearing about the difference between Bhagavad Gītā and Vairagya. And my question was, does your Ishtadev have to be from like Vrindavan or Golokha, or it can also be from Jagannath Puri?
Yes, our Ishtadev can be anyone. It could be Lord Ramachandra. It could be Lord Jagannath. It could be Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It could be Radha Krishna. But we should, as far as possible, keep our Ishtadev confidential. Gopayot Devatam Ishtam. In Hari Bhakti Vilas, Shri Sanatana Goswami has written 4 things we should keep confidential. One is our Ishtadev, one is our Japamala, we should not show it in public. One is the name of our Gurudev, and one is our Diksha Mantra, the second initiation mantras. Those we should keep confidential. 4 things. Gopayo Devatam Ishtam, Gopayo Nijamantrakam, Gopayo Guru Atmakam, Gopayo Nijamalika. Like that. 4 things you have to keep Gopya, you have to keep confidential. So one of them is Ishtadev. So you can have any Ishtadev, but don't disclose it. Keep it in your heart. Hari Bol. Thank you. Yes, Divyamati, your last question.
What's that about service? I remember a long time you told us a story. I don't know if it was in Zoom or in a live class, but it's one about like somebody who was very like enthusiastic in kitchen in making prasad, but they were probably eating onion garlic, and the Bhakti Vriksha leaders, they didn't encourage that desire for them to, do that service, and they got discouraged and they left. So we see these kind of things, happening. How would you, can you reflect a little bit on that?
Yeah.
Although you have a desire, but,
So, this is a very good question, Mataji, and it's a very sensitive question also. So there are 2 things here. One is someone who is not consistently chanting 16 rounds and not able to maintain the required purity at home for a variety of reasons, because there are other family members also. There may be some onion garlic coming in the house, some alcohol coming in the house, it's possible. And then there are other devotees. Now, if this devotee has the desire to serve devotees by cooking for them, but these devotees, as part of their sadhana bhakti, have chosen certain standards of prasad, that I will consume prasad that is cooked by someone who is chanting 16 rounds, someone who is following all the principles of bhakti. So now it's a tussle between this devotee's standard of sadhana bhakti, the rules that they have set for themselves, and this devotee's desire to serve them. But this devotee should understand that best service is performed according to the desire of the object of service, not according to my desire. So if someone is not very comfortable accepting prasad from someone who is not consistently chanting 16 rounds and having purity in the house, then one should refrain from insisting on doing that service only. There are other services that can be done. That is spiritual cooperation. So we should not take it otherwise. We should not take it otherwise. Because service means according to the desire of the object of the service. For example, if I come to your home for prasad and you give me your famous chola or rajma and rice, which I love so much, and then you give me a sweet dish. But if I eat sweet dish, a dessert at night, I get acid reflux, and I tell you that I will not eat this, I will just have. So no, you have to eat. And then I eat, and then I get indigestion, and I'm getting acid reflux the next morning. So then that is not service, correct? Service means according to the happiness, tat prityartha, for the happiness of the object of service. So we should serve the way our service is required by the seniors. And there are so many others. Just sitting and hearing is a great service. Participating in kirtan is service. And some items like salad or raw things that can be brought if they permit. And there are so many different ways of doing service. So, but just being there, how every time you put on Tuesday, this Friday do we have a class? I feel so happy when you write that. That means you're eager for satsang. So that's a great service. Is that okay, Madhuri? Bhakti is about cooperation. And Again, to make our desires subservient to the desires of the superiors.
As I mentioned last time, the time I started doing the service, I was not chanting. But doing that service helped me to get to the point where I started chanting 15 rounds. And whatever other anarhas I had, just doing that service purified me to a point where I, came to that point where I could. That was like 15 years back, 12 years back. That was it. So I always wonder, like, as during Diwali again, they were want to come home, and then I invite them to have prasad and to do Damodar Ashtam. Then they say, we also want food from Boga. I could say, no, don't do it because you're not following the standard, or if I say, okay.
So see, different devotees have different standards for themselves. If some devotees have set that standard for themselves, then we should respect that. It's not an unreasonable. Even in temple, one cannot cook if one is not second initiated. Correct? So we should respect that standard. Actually, senior devotees have told us to maintain that purity because there has to be some standardization. So, because it affects purity, affects the consciousness of those who. So, once a week, devotees get to come here. So, we have set certain standards, certain quality standards. So, better is to align with that and become qualified. So, like that. But whatever you make, I will happily eat. And personally give me. Yes, Archana Mataji. Sorry, Yagdan Mataji.
So, Prabhu, you talked about FOMO. So, we can have a FOMO in spiritual things also. Feel missing out the kid, feel missing out of class or something. So, is it good or?
Yeah, that is Krishna Sambandha. That is good.
His mind feels stressed.
The good thing is in bhakti, Krishna can reach us anywhere. We may feel very deprived, we may feel that we have missed out, but in that missing out, we will experience union with Krishna even more intimately than being there. For example, if someone wants to go to Vrindavan, but for some reason is not able to go, and is feeling separation, looking at pictures when devotees share, oh, I wish I was there, that is a more intense union with Vrindavan Dham than being in Vrindavan. So that is the beauty of Krishna consciousness. This is only possible in Krishna consciousness. If I feel separation from Coca-Cola world, Coca-Cola world, Coca-Cola world, by chanting Coca-Cola world, I will not experience Coca-Cola world. But by chanting Śrī Vrindavan Dham, Śrī Vrindavan Dham, Śrī Vrindavan Dham, because it is Chinmay, it is spiritual, we can access it even from a distance. That's the advantage of the spiritual realm. Everything is Chinmay. Avinnatva nama namino. Nama chintamani. So that separation may be a blessing. Haribo. Yes, Mataji, sorry.
The last question. I
Yes.
was going what she asked. So sometimes we get invited to somebody's home. Those who are not devotees or something, they may be eating onion garlic, but if it is for some puja or something, and we go there and we eat prasadam, which is cooked in their home. So is it like is it okay to eat or is it like not okay?
There are different standards of practicing Krishna consciousness. Everybody is not on the same level. So aim is to make advancement, and going there and eating is not the ideal standard because first of all it is not prasad. It is not prasad. They may say this is Ganpati prasad, but what is the proof that Ganeshji is accepting that? There will be onion garlic in it. Ganeshji is Param Vaishnava. He wrote the whole Mahabharata. Srila Vyasdeva Bhagwan Krishna Dvaipayana Vyasdeva dictated, and Ganeshji wrote it down. He is Param Vaishnava. He is the son of the greatest Vaishnava, Vaishnava Namata Shambhu. He is not going to accept food that is not cooked by someone who is a sincere devotee. If we, as fledgling Vaishnavas, don't like to eat, you think Ganesh is going to eat? So they can say this is Shiv Prasad, this is Ganesh Prasad, Durga Prasad, and they can do puja and do so many things. But the whole focus is in putting makeup, wearing flashy clothes, bringing out all the jewelry, and socializing. Bhakti is minuscule, with all due respect. देवा हो देवा गणपति देवा तुमसे बढ़कर कौन और तुम्हारे भक्तजन में हमसे बढ़कर कौन. Vaishnava will never speak like Pranadapi Sunisha. Devotee will never speak like that. So first of all, it is not prasad. Second of all, when we eat food cooked by somebody, their consciousness comes to us. There's an exchange of consciousness. Just like you look at that painting, you cannot but help think of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Panchatattva Navadvip Dham, correct? So how it is? Because the artist who drew it, that canvas was a blank canvas to begin with. In the mind and heart of the painter, this painting first appeared. Amit Prabhu. And then the painter, according to what is in the heart, painted it. And now when we look at that painting, we cannot but think of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because the painter visualized Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, now we are able to visualize Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Similarly, the thoughts of the cook. You go to a restaurant. No offense, but we have no idea. We can see who is cooking. They are not even followers of Vedic Dharma. If you look, they are all certain type of people. I will not name, but they are Anya Dharmavalambi people who are cooking in Indian restaurants. And do you want to get their consciousness? They are breaking the regulative principles. They are meat eaters. We don't want that. Somebody is cooking for money. So similarly, Amit Prabhu will first visualize in his heart a Vyasasana. And then he will bring logs of wood, whatever, and then he will make it. Then that Vyasasana will manifest. First it appeared in his heart. And then what appears in his heart will appear. And when we see, we say, oh, this is Vyasasana. As soon as we see it, we say, this is Vyasasana. Similarly, whatever consciousness is in the consciousness of the cook, who is chopping, who is giving tadka, who is cooking, who is serving it to you, you cannot divorce that food from their consciousness. Their chitta vritti will come because Agni is a vahan. Agni is a transporter. Om Swaha. It goes. Idam Vishnave Namaha, Idam Namama. This is not for me, this is for Lord. It will go to Lord Vishnu. So Agni is a vahan. So their consciousness will come to us. It is subtle. And we eat, and that evening nothing will happen. Kuch nahi hua. I am still Krishna. One devotee told His Holiness Kadambakanand Swami Maharaj, initiated devotee, Maharaj, sorry, both couple told, we were at a cruise and we both drank wine. Initiated with Kantimala, we drank wine. They confessing to their Guru Maharaj. But Gurudev, don't worry. We were as Krishna conscious even after drinking wine as any other time. We could not forget Krishna. Kadambakanand Maharaj is telling the story in Bhaktivedanta manner in a class. He said, yes, because you were intoxicated. You have no remembrance what you were thinking. But they actually felt that you had alcohol, but I was still Krishna conscious. You were Krishna conscious, but was Krishna happy with that Krishna consciousness? That is the question. Krishna clearly says, first kind of Śrīmad Bhagavatam, that is Madira, it is Nisheth. It is forbidden for us. It's intoxication. So we can say I am Krishna. Even Kansa was Krishna conscious. But he is not counted as a Bhakta. We want to be conscious of Krishna in a way that Krishna is happy with us. Haribol. Osama bin Laden was conscious of Americans. He was American citizen conscious. But is that he was not a patriot or he was not destructive mentality. So like that. We want to be Anukulyana Krishna Ushira. We want to be favorable to Krishna. Drinking alcohol is not favorable. Yes. Mataji, we can take it privately because it's getting very late. Okay? Hare Krishna.
Hare
Srila Prabhupada ki.
Jai.
Nitai Gaur Hari. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
We are supposed to do Kirtan. What is the time?
9.
Okay, we'll just. So we can start distributing prasad. Yes. Birthday? Please bring. Bring the cake. We'll celebrate. While the cake is coming, Namaste Narsimhaya. Huh? Devotee votes?
New devotees.
New devotees. Priya Bhakmadari kahan hai?
Has anyone come for the first time?
Okay, okay. Anyone has come for the first time today?
My cousin is here.
Yeah.
Correct. What is your good name? Sucheta.
Sujayata.
Sujayata. Welcome, Sujayata.
Hare Krishna. We are coming from
Minnesota.
From Minnesota. Are you feeling the warmth of Atlanta? Beautiful. Hare Krishna. Thank you. We pray that this day proves to be a very auspicious beginning in your life of sincere Krishna Bhakti. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Anybody else coming for the first time? ऐसा लगता है मैंने आपको पहले कहीं देखा है. It looks like I've seen you before, or met you before. Hare Krishna. But please introduce yourself, Prabhu.
Ravi, we came from the coming.
From coming.
My wife came after.
Yes! Hari Bol! Jai, Jai, Jai. So this time, the third member of the family has come. Ravi. Ravi Prabhu ki.
Yeah.
Thank you. We also pray that this day proves to be a very auspicious beginning in your life of sincere Krishna. Hare Krishna. Okay, so we will go, we'll sing. So whose birthday? Two, three birthdays today, right? Asha Mataji?
And my grandfather. Yeah, Priya Gopi Mataji's father.
Yes. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Huh? Mahi's birthday. Okay, so we have multiple birthdays today that we are celebrating. How do I make it bigger? Okay. So this is our traditional birthday song composed by His Grace Hari Parshad Prabhu. So we'll have Mridang is there, Kartal is there. So let us pray for these wonderful devotees, Mahi, Kartik Kripa Prabhu, and Priya Gopi Mataji's dear father. Hare Krishna.
75th birthday.
Hari Bol. Shubh Naam Sang.
Ramesh Kare.
Hare Krishna. Ramesh Prabhu. Ramam Ramesham Bhaje. Hare Krishna. Okay. So we'll sing this, okay? Everybody can see?
Yes, please.
Okay. Sudinam Sudinam Tava Janmadinam Yadupasthitam Adya Sucharutam Hari Vaishnavinas Tadadiva Hari Pranayadhinidam Bhavatu Guru Vaishnavavi Kakulesha Sura Pitarascha Chanachara Jiva Karna Mudita Sakalascha Bhavantu Sada Ubhajanmadinam Sapalam Bhavatu Harinama Ruchi Haritama Ruchi Harikarma Ruchi Sabhavantu Sada Bhave Chadajam Pakara Pichana Ubhajanmadinam Sapalam Bhavatu Parirama Vibhishana Satyavacha Anumatripavit Parikandu Sudha Tadatu Swakajita Kalalavam Shubhajanmadinam Sapalam Bhavatu Harikarma Harikarma Ruchis Bhavantu Sada Prabhave Jadajam Pakada Vichana Ubhajanmadinam Sapalam Bhavatu Avadhuta Gadādhara Dāsa Hare Rishabhanu Sute Giriraja Sakhe Guru Varga Kripam Guru Tatya Buddha Shubhajanmadinam Sapalam Bhavatu Shubhajanmadinam Sapalam Bhavatu Shubhajanmadinam Sapalam Bhavatu Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mahati. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mahati. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rai Prabhu. Happy birthday to you. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. रमेश प्रभु दोन शब्द बोला प्लीज दोन चार शब्द
I'm really happy to associate with such a lovely devotees. So I think this is my introduction to type of fact. So I should continue with this.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. We are very
Grateful. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
2 words.
Thank you all for your blessings, your love, and your care. And humbly request you to please bless me, that I can please you all in service, and please Śrī Gadādhara Mother Mohan as well.
Haribol.
Where is Mahi? Mahi. Come. Speak few words, please. Hare Krishna.
आता तू काय करशील ग? Sit. Anything you want to tell, Anvika? Any words of wisdom? Or anything you want us to pray for you? What should we pray for you today? Ask Mataji, Archana Mataji. What do you want? It is said, Vancha kalpataru bhasya. Devotees, they will fulfill the desire. So what should we pray? Nothing? Say, I want to meet Radharama. 3 times.
Hare Krishna. So we'll pray that you are able to meet the Śrī Radharama. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, dear devotees. Sorry, the program again went. Sal, you have to keep me in track. Hare Krishna. Best intentions. I wanted to be on time.
Let's try.
Hare Krishna. So, dear devotees, please give me permission. I have to leave immediately because Radha has come after 1 month and I didn't even go to the airport for this program. So I'll go and spend some time. I'm working from tomorrow. Hare Krishna.
Hey, you're holding it. You can't.
Happy wife, happy life. Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
No one can.
Hari. Yeah, no. I need to watch it. Thank you so much. And also, you take this to the kitchen. Once someone gets
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you so much for your association. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. Ramchandra Prabhu, Radha Gopinath Prabhu, Nandini, Satyarupa Mataji, Saral Prabhu. You are in the wrong place. You have to be here in person. But thank you so much for joining on Zoom. And who else is there? Premnidhi Mataji. We discussed about the dangers of monkeys. Hare Krishna, Jolly Mataji, Anjali Mataji, Devahuti Mataji, Shirayu Prabhu, Devananda Krishna Prabhu, Kamala Radhika Mataji, Bhagavati Vasuda Mataji, Hare Krishna. Mithun Prabhu, I hope you saw Ramesh Prabhu's 75th birthday celebration. Malini Priya Mataji and all the devotees. Jaideep Prabhu, Geeta Mishra Mataji, Gopal, Govindaram, Shri Madhusudan. Yes, I'm coming. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Thank you, Nandini. Hare Krishna. Thank you.